So yes, actually, when I was teenaged, since my childhood I was fascinated by nature, birds, plants, everything in a word about natural world. So day by day I became a bird watcher. And when I was teenaged, possibly in 2001 or 2002, during birding, I was fascinated by a pair of red-headed falcons. Then I tried to learn more, but in developing country, birding or wildlife science, study on wildlife science is very much challenging. And in the back of these days, in 2001 or 2002, internet was not that stronger, and wildlife books was not available. So I was struggling to get more information about red-headed falcons. And I read some books written by our pioneer ornithologist of Indian subcontinent named Dr. Salim Ali. He is an Indian ornithologist, and he is the pioneer of South Asian ornithology. So I read his books, but I found that there is no much information about the red-headed falcons. So I started my learning journey on these species, and the journey began. And I started my research very independently. And after admitting my university, I was much curious, and I started in broad scale on these species. And in 2010, my first paper published in Birding Asia, that's published from Oriental Bird Club, the British organization. So that was inspired me very much to study more on the species. And for my that research, that paper that published in 2010 in Birding Asia, so the authority of Oriental Bird Club got interested about me, because that based on many years research, and they communicated with Bangladeshi representative named Paul Thompson. So, and others, and they informed the authority about me, and the Oriental Bird Club gave me the honorary membership for my research, for my paper. And then I studied more independently and published more papers. And currently, I have several papers on red-headed falcons on various aspects. That means they are ecology and biology mainly. So yeah, and several papers and conference abstracts. And a few years back, I decided pursue my PhD on red-headed falcons. And yeah, and I found that it's main challenge is funding. And by this time, my profile enriched by many research papers and many conservation works, and several university professors and teachers got interested about to supervise me. But the main challenge, both the supervisors and me faced, that is the funding. So yeah, and at last, I struggled a lot, and at last, last March, I formally enrolled at Maastricht University in Netherlands. So yeah, and currently I am supervised by Professor Pim Martens and Christopher O'Brien from Maastricht University, and it is almost 3 months. And doing my intensive fieldwork on these species and for my PhD. And that's the summary of my journey on red-headed falcons. And now I'm a professional wildlife biologist and conservationist in Bangladesh. I involved various conservation works like assessor of red list IUCN Bangladesh, and surveying forest bird, water birds, shore birds, fishing cat conservation, and volunteering some primate surveys. That means wildlife research and conservation is my career. Now I am a wildlife professional wildlife biologist, and I obtained my BSc and MSc from a Bangladeshi university on zoology, and my masters on wildlife and environmental conservation. And now currently I am pursuing my PhD on red-headed falcons. So that's the journey. For a When I was teenage, I tried to know more about red-headed falcons, and I found the species is little known. And then I began my independent research on red-headed falcons. I struggled a lot, and I published several papers on this species, and currently I am pursuing my PhD. That's the summary of my red-headed falcon journey. Oh yeah, that's the urbanization and climate change impact on red-headed falcons. The raptor sometimes use that biological or environmental indicator. So I will use the red-headed falcons as a model species, and I will try to assess the climate change and urbanization impacts on red-headed falcon population. So that's the main goal of my PhD. Yeah, Yeah, mainly house sparrow are small birds. So I have two papers on diet on published in bird study. That if you are interested in on this paper, you may get this from internet, and it's yeah, open source. And another published in Ecology and Evolution journal that also on diet. Yeah. 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 That's when I first ever encountered with the red-headed falcons. That fascinated me about their speed. That's chasing this prey. That actually fascinated me very much. These small size raptor uh, chasing the sparrow and chasing fascinated me very much. And then I was interested in red-headed falcons. Then I started my journey. Yeah, that's the favorite thing. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, you are very welcome, and I pray for your good health. And yeah, hope to see you. So, if you have any further question, you may ask me. I am very open to answer my best.